That's what I do.
Danger's my business, I'ma make sure that I leave no witness. Everybody run when they see Mel reaching. Danger's my business, you know it's not a secret. Dead man walking, you keep yapping, you be a dead man talking. Play the crowd when I hop out, my band sparking. I like the tech, cause the tech land awkward. I hate to be the one that put you in that close coffin, I'm sorry. But now you in the land of the lost, and my plan is to grab all the groups around the world. With puppy state of mind, I'm guaranteed to make a fortune. Now back to the danger, time to show and prove how I move with the banger, release or some anger. Back in the days I got beat with the hanger. Daddy made me a man at an early age, feel me? I'm already dead, so motherfuckers can't kill me. Speak loud in the grip so the whole world hear me, make it nice and clear.
Yo, this is Isaidit.mc, representing Chicago Bridge Magazine, home of legendary Warriors, music interviews and articles. Once again, I'm here with the man, Mel Love, recording artist, trendsetter. Hey, just making moves, changing the world, you know what I'm saying? Hey, check it out, man. You know, I remember early in the first interview you had mentioned about Biggie and everything like that because you worked with Bad Boy and everything, and I'm hands-on with P.Diddy. So, what's your relationship with the late great Biggie?
Well, Biggie, I met Biggie when he first came into the office. Mark Pitts brought him into the office when Biggie first got signed. And he sat down, Mark Pitts was like, Mel Love, could you let him sit in here until I go talk to Puff and then bring him in for the meeting? I'm like, cool. So he sat down, he came in with a white t-shirt, you know what I mean? Eating pizza dripping on him and everything like that. So he started joking around and I'm like, oh, what you do? He was like, oh, I rap. But he was like, yo, tell you the truth, I'm scared as a moth. You know what I mean? So I was like, nah, you don't have to be scared, you know? The same way you came and sat with me, you know, you could do the same thing with Puff, you know? I was like, yo, just be yourself and then everything will come the way it's supposed to come, you know? So I was like, all right, let me hear something. So when he started rapping for me, I was like, yo, family, you hot. I was like, yo, you the next big thing. Now see why Mark Pitts is trying to get you with Puff, for real. I was like, yo, just be yourself and just let Puff know, you know? You're gonna be this and that, you know? So he went in the office, sat with Puff and everything, came back out, he was like, yo, Mel, I got the deal, yo. Gave me a hug and everything. You was right, this and that. So I was like, yo, it's all good, family. I was like, welcome to the team, you know? So then we started chopping up from there. One day I was coming from school and Kirk Burrows was like, yo, we having a problem right now, you know, sitting here, everybody's in the conference room. We got to figure out to come up with some names. And this was when Biggie came out with a single party and bullshit. And Kirk was like, listen, the other Biggie Smalls out of Cali is about to sue because Biggie Smalls been using the name and he can't use the name, you know? So we got to come up with a name so we can release this record. We need a name fast, you know? So I'm sitting in there with Sybil, Q, Jesse West. It was a bunch of us in the conference room. So I'm sitting down. So they was like, you got to come up with some names and everything like that. So everybody was coming up with different names and everything like that on what they was going to name Christopher Wilder's Biggie Smalls. So I'm writing. So the way I write, you know, everything that I do, it has a meaning behind what I'm putting down. So the name that I came up with was Nortorious. And to break it down, there's no two or I looked up to the sky and said, oh God, us. And when I brought that together, you know, I put it down and Kirk Burrows walked in the office where we was all at in the conference room, and he was like, everybody give me your papers and everything like that. So once we gave the papers to him, he walked out, he had his meeting with Puff and everything like that. Next thing you know, we sitting there joking around and everything like that. Puff walked in the room, and he looked at all of us and everything like that, and he walked over to me, it was like, yo, thank you, Mel, thank you, and walked out. So when he walked out, Kirk came in, and he was like, yo, Puff in his office just like going crazy. He was like, yo, Mel, good job, for real. So for me, I was like, I gave a name that I seen and hung out with Biggie, his personality and everything. He was a giving person. He always joked around and everything like that. It was a time we went to a club and he was standing outside with Little C's and he was like, yo, Mel Love, they ain't letting me in. They don't know who I am. And then when I looked at the guards, I was like, yo, this is the king of New York right here. This is the next big thing. This is Biggie Smalls, Notorious B.I.G. right here. I was like, y'all better let him in or y'all gonna be sucking him, you know, when he do blow up, you know what I mean? Y'all gonna wish y'all would have let this man in. Right. And then he was with like 10, 20 people, so that's why I understood, you know, why they didn't let him in. But at the same time, by me letting them know that who he was, then they let everybody in. And I was with a good friend of mine by the name of G-Man, you know, God Rule Allah. He's a 5%er, and that was my brother. He came with me, and he witnessed that part of it right there. So big shout outs to God Rule Allah, G-Man, you know, in the Harlem 6, Wu-Tang, you know. So, you know, from doing that, being in the industry, Tupac was on the scene and everything like that, hanging out with Biggie and everything, so I got a chance to meet Tupac, hang out with him, take pictures, film it, because I was doing Follow the Flavor TV show at the same time. Right, okay. So by hanging out with Pac, we was on the Above the Rim, when he was doing the movie Above the Rim, all through the projects in Harlem. Then I was with him for Poetic Justice. And when we went to the record release, the movie release party for Poetic Justice, I was with Pac and a good friend of mine, Sean, from the Bronx. And a good friend of mine, Sean, used to travel with me all the time, taking pictures, all the celebrities. And he used to tell me, Mel, you need to take pictures and document everything with all these celebrities. I was like, yo, they just like us. Why? I don't need to, you know what I mean?
Right.
For me, I was like, I just want to do business with them and that's it. But for him, he was like, yo, this is monumental moments that you taking with these individuals and you working with them, you getting money with them, you teaching these people different things, you giving a lot to them where you telling them they gonna blow up and they gonna be stars. How do you know that? How do you see all this stuff? And I'm like, I just feel it. I'm in line with all the stars. I just found my constellation in the sky, like I want everybody else to do, you know?
Right.
So, hanging out with Pac, that was a good scene. It was a learning experience and everything like that, where, you know, he taught me a lot. Actually, I was with him the night where he got his thing sucked on the middle of the dance floor, you know, and the girl lied on him, saying that he raped her. That didn't go down, you know. Me, Tupac, Stretch, a couple of our other friends that was with us, you know, was at the hotel room. Right. And, you know, Pac, you know, he was a chain smoker, smoking Newports. Right. So he was like, yo, I don't got no more Newports, man. Yo, Mel, come with me to the store. So we go downstairs to the corner store, go get some cigarettes. So we went downstairs to go get some cigarettes, came back up. The girl was like, oh, I need my money. Oh, I'm going to call rape. I'm going to do this and that, you know. So for me, I was there to be a witness. But Pac, it seemed like he always told me, now, you don't have to come to court, because he didn't want to put me a part of the situation that he was going through. It was like he was sheltering me and covering me, because he was like, yo, you special. You different from everybody, you know, and you don't need to be a part of this world and what they trying to do or give you or try to put you apart. So I was like, oh, well, you know what I mean? I wanted to go to court with him and to be witness and say, no, he's telling the truth. This girl is lying, because I was there to see what she did on the dance floor till we got. So, you know, everything was she wanted to do, he wanted to do, but then he didn't follow up because he couldn't do nothing, you know? We went to go get some cigarettes and came back, you know?
And despite I never met him, you know, he really sounded like that type of stand-up guy.
Always,
do something like
you know,
that,
always. He always, like, you know, he had his moments where he'll flip on you, you know, and argue, you know, but his intentions was always good and always positive, you know? So at the end of the day, you know, it was a time when he was doing Poetic Justice. And he was going through a situation where Janet Jackson wanted him to take an HIV test, you know, just to do a kiss scene, and he got pissed off. He was like, yo, I can't believe this shit, you know what I mean? That's when Q-Tip was like saying a bunch of stuff on Tupac on the radio and everything like that, and I kind of saved Q-Tip's ass also, you know, when the first Source Awards and everything. I get into that, but the Poetic Justice movie, you know, Janet was like with her bodyguards and everything like that, and we was just walking up on the scene to go to the premiere of the movie. So the guard came across the street and was like, oh, Janet want to talk to you. She said, come here. So I was like, huh? You know, I was like, what? And Tupac heard, and he looked, he was like, what the you know what I mean?
Right.
He was like, this chick want to give you some pussy, and you know what I mean? And I had to take an HIV test, and she fast to give you the drug, this and that, Mel Love. Nah, you know what I mean? So I was like, yo, yeah. He was like, come on, let's go. We got some chicks to go do. So I was like, oh, Janet, you know what I mean? Oh, okay. But I was like, nah, I can't do that. But I was shocked that that situation even occurred. So, you know, he made me laugh for that. And I believe my friend Sean got that on film, you know. So we have documentations of different situations that did occur, you know. So for me, I just try to keep it real and tell the truth, you know, about everything that's going on. The situation with Tupac, you know, positive brother, Biggie Smalls, positive, but they did have their ways. But the sad thing was the media really took a toll of everything and blew it up to the capacity where they had the East Coast and the West Coast going against each other. So that kind of made me step back away from the music industry too, because I felt like I was a target and I was next, you know.
Did you ever get a chance to like get in the studio with either Biggie or Pac?
Yes,
you know
I've been in the studio with both of them brothers and everything like that. I got some records and everything where Puffy didn't know that I really recorded with these brothers and everything, but I kept it for myself when it was my time for me to put out an album. And what I was trying to do was trying to be with Puffy 100% and show him how real I was. I stopped him from getting into fights, people jumping them, all types of stuff. And I knew certain people, and I was like, no, that's my boss. You can't do it. And I put my life on the line for that. You know what I mean? No, Heavy D witnessed that. He was like, yo, you got a good brother on your team. Kenny Parker, KRS-One brother, he was there when I got Puffy into Radio City Music Hall when nobody was messing with him because of the situation that happened with the City College, you know? And for me, I'm like, this is my boss. I can't have my boss standing outside while I got a VIP pass to go inside and look at all the artists that he's producing, you know what I mean? Which is Jodeci and everybody else. So Kenny Parker was like, yo, here, your ticket. So I was like, all right, Puff, I'll be right back. I went inside Radio City Music Hall, came back out with the owner, and I said, this is my boss right here. And they said, because of Mel Love, being who he is and he acts for you to come inside, we're going to give you these passes. Gave him passes for his whole team to come in and everything like that. Puffy told me thank you, but when I got back to the office, Andre Harrell, everybody was like, yo, keep on doing what you're doing. You something, you know what I mean? So, you know, for me, I took it as, you know, I'm just doing my job. I'm here because I'm working for Puffy. You know what I mean? Which is Sean Puffy Combs, P.Diddy, you know, for those that really don't understand. So for me, going back, I always will call him Puff, keep it going. I never switched up and calling him Diddy, you know, that's his stage names and everything like that. But I always respected the brother. I never had no animosity against him or anything like that, and I always wanted him to win, you know? So I try to do everything in my power to make this brother shine, win, everything. When he first came up with Bad Boy, I went out and I bought me a white gold Bad Boy Lou pendant, you know what I mean? To show my loyalty and how much I respected this brother for his business and what he's bringing to the industry, you know? So for me, I just wanted him to recognize me for who I am and say, I vouch for me.
'Cause she's beautiful, she's a strange love.
I can't sit here and tell you I love you, but I can show you how a thug do. Come on.
I wanna get to know you, babe. Can I just get your number? I appreciate the way that we're gonna be just lovers.
If you don't have my money for me, I'll crack your fucking head wide open in front of everybody in the bank. And just about the time that I'm coming out of jail, hopefully, you'll be coming out of your coma. And guess what? I'll split your fucking head open again. Because I'm fucking stupid. I don't give a fuck about jail.
I really don't, no shit.
That's what I do.
Danger's my business, I'ma make sure that I leave no witness. Everybody run when they see Mel reaching. Danger's my business, you know it's not a secret. Dead man walking, you keep yapping, you be a dead man talking. Play the crowd when I hop out, my band sparking. I like the tech, cause the tech land awkward. I hate to be the one that put you in that close coffin, I'm sorry. But now you in the land of the lost, and my plan is to grab all the groups around the world. With puppy state of mind, I'm guaranteed to make a fortune. Now back to the danger, time to show prove how I move with the banger, release or some anger. Back in the days I got beat with the hanger. Daddy made me a man at an early age, feel me? I'm already dead, so motherfuckers can't kill me. Speak loud in the grip so the whole world hear me, niggas nice and clearly. They watching their backs, I got them scared, looking leery, about to attack. Black snitch niggas stay calling the cops like the dawn of the east. Mel's calling the shots. Axe death, axe cause I'm making it hot, and I'm coming to your town, so prepare to get got. Danger is the root of all evil, fuck money. Danger is the reason why niggas stay hungry. Danger is the reason why I run the streets reckless and don't give a fuck about letting my text spit. Killing broad day like I was born with a death wish. Rob you for your bracelet, your chain and your necklace. D-A-N-G-E to the R. Danger is my business, you know who we are. And no matter where I go, my life revolves around danger. Simply show no remorse to a stranger. Live by the gun, almost died by the razor, but death held me down with the infrared laser. Smoke weed the color of the Baltimore Ravens. A paranoid, have nightmares like Wes Craven. Okay then, you don't wanna get your dome blazing, so recognize you fucking with some made men. Why you think I scream danger's my business? Look into my eyes, you see danger's my business. Listen, you need more ammunition, fuck war. Take you on the road to perdition. You want more? I have you swimming with the fishes. My 4-4 is guaranteed to take care of business. I'm double L to the day that I die. Living life on the edge, that's the way that I ride.
Thought you was worth it, but you too extra. Had to swerve, you had to swerve. For that drama, gotta work. For that come up, had to swerve, you had to swerve. I done put that work. Thought you was worth it, but you too extra. Had to swerve, you had to swerve. For that drama, gotta work. For that come up, had to swerve. You too extra. I don't even wanna text you. You be tweaking all weekend, so it's time I gotta let ya. Be so fine, I kinda wish I never met shorty. Smoke split for day and forget ya. Really worried about check though. Touchdown to LEX though. Penny luggage in the net flow. Everybody in the game trying to work, cause you know your boy next though. If you huddle at the Met last year at the wars, they been waiting on me. I was too busy turning up on them, both of them to be hating on me. I pull up like skirt. Pull your chain flirt, no. Put a band in the road, ayy. With some jeans and a shirt, yeah. Shorty on my line, she getting on my nerve. So you know I have to swerve.